You've got to fight for what you want, for all that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more. And life and love.
That's okay. I forgot to too.
Murder.
Murder.
You've got to emphasise the R. Murder. That's better. Yes. Pretty busy. Lovely, long, hot summer days and nights, which as a Scotsman I'm not used to. But it's not. But it's cooler tonight, and looks as though it's going to be kind of thundery storms. And I love a good thunderstorm. Oh, I love a good thunderstorm. So, fingers. Thumbs in the middle. Thumbs in the Work kind of made it thumb.
Yeah. Well, I got my hair cut yesterday. I got all the grocery shopping done. I bought a lot of food. Oh, I got a new knife for the kitchen.
Nice.
Sharp.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. It's really sharp.
It's amazing how modern surgery they can actually reattach appendages like that. It's amazing.
I know, right? Super glue. Lots of super glue. Yeah, I was opening it up out of the package, and it got me. And still, after all these hours, it's still sitting on my counter, forlorn. I go into the kitchen and look at it like it betrayed me.
Are you my knife?
Yeah. Par for the course. Okay, so are you ready for the reveal?
Oh,
Sure, why not? We have no viewers anyway. Yeah, well, YouTube won't censor it. It's not gross. It's not
Except for viewers in Scotland. So, yeah, it's...
Yes, I know. See, the super glue they used to close it was purple, and it was nice and flat. And then they took the tourniquet off, and it started to bloom. Yeah, it started to bloom. It looked like something out of Lovecraftian horror, just erupting out, because the blood would come up, and it would bond with the super glue instantly, and it would get all like... Yeah,
So
it would get all furry and look fungusy and stuff. Yeah.
So is this David Cronenberg's new picture, The Thumb?
The thumb, yes.
The thumb.
Yes. He's going to be wearing the mask from Nightbreed in it. So should be awesome. Go for it.
Please do. Oh, the whole.
Oh. Yeah.
You get called.
Well, they asked for sausage and not pork. Yes. 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 They squirted some iodine stuff in a tub with water and hand sanitizer. Kind of makes sense. Yeah. So it then had me stick my thumb in it. I didn't invent new swear words. I know. I don't think they put enough iodine in it. What did he do? What did he do? Oh my god, she's gonna die! Yeah, I got band-aids and stuff, and hey,
Just
I could
given.
use band-aid
Basically,
right
just
now.
given.
1985 Band-Aid. Let's get Freddie Mercury going. Let's get Led Zeppelin in, Van Halen. We'll have a big party. Many. I remember.
Oh, come on. It's got some fun.
I just have a question. Which one of us will be yelling at clouds?
Nice Simpsons reference. Oh, I'm sure I have. I just can't remember.
Yeah. Next person to go outside.
What's that then? I'm proud of it. I'm damn
Yeah.
proud of it.
Yeah, we fly that banner pretty well.
It has. Because I've got a treat in my pocket.
Oh,
Which you forgot all about. Come on. Up, up, up. Come on, up,
oh.
up, up, up. There we go. Up,
It's a doggy.
up. There we go.
Oh,
There we go.
who's a happy boy on the internet?
Yeah. He's it, so he's licking my game.
Good
He's
boy.
Thank you very much. I do try. Oh, so you're talking to the dog, aren't you? Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. Yeah.
What? No, I was unpackaging a knife. I was taking it out. You know how they put things in nearly impossible containers these days? I didn't realize I needed to roll dex to take a knife out of a package. I rolled a 1. How? Why do I need a roll to take a knife out of a package? Well, freaking Senkoku knife. I even got a cutting board too. We needed a new one.
Did you get blood on it? Do you need to buy a new one because the new one's
It was all wrapped up in plastic. I did rip on their counter when I was at urgent care, though. They're
Like
like,
the
"Oh,
cutting
let us
board-
see it." I took the paper towel off, and it instantly, blood, drip, drip. Okay, we're putting that back on.
Just remember the cutting boards for cutting like food and vegetables, not fingers. Just keep that one.
Well, you see, I heard that auto cannibalism was a great diet plan. I'm just not into it anymore.
I lost 20 pounds on the zombie diet and 2 fingers. I suppose so. Okay, here we go. Oh no! Come on, he's doing it now. Dominic last week and now Brian. Not on. That's my gimmick.
Oh
Stop
yeah, I
stealing
always
my
look
gimmick.
serious when something goes on with my computer.
Dominic last week, you this week. I'm the technophobe. I'm the guy that breaks the internet. Please, Harvey, come on, tell them. Give him what he's going to give you one of his dirty stares.
I'm trying not to infringe on your shtick, man. I mean, I'm just sitting here looking at it, and all of a sudden, it went down.
What was it Paddington did? One of his serious stares.
Oh,
Very hard stare. There you go. Go for it, Harvey. Yeah.
yeah.
for it.
What the hell? No.
He's pretty relaxed about the whole thing. Mm. Really? Interesting choice.
That'd be a different direction. I liked it. Um, not I wasn't a big fan of the design of the Silurians. I'm not a big fan of the bug eye monster of the week. Yeah, I much prefer the modern take on the Silurians. Yeah, yeah, the third eye that whistles. It doesn't really make much sense. I mean, it plays music. Y- uh, no, no, just get rid of the third eye. Eh, Still, it doesn't. It doesn't quite work. Doesn't for being evolved dinosaurs. It doesn't quite work. Just saying. No, no, but they're an evolution of them. Yeah. Much like they look the modern ones at least look a lot more like there was a guy who put out po- a postulation that of herbivore could evolve into a humanoid form a number of years ago, and they look a lot more like that. I did the earlier ones; these just didn't get any kind of feeling of that off them. Um, yeah, I do want to point out the the leader who wanted peace for the Silurians, his plan to populate the areas of the earth that humans didn't want, like the deserts and stuff where we basically don't live, is the exact same plan that they came up with in the New Who episode. Yeah, it's the exact same idea. It does make sense though. I mean, let them have the deserts. Okay. Uh, we're living the plague. The Silurians came out and they're like, let's get rid of the damn humans. Somebody eat a. Um. Oh yeah. Oh, I love the Silurians. Yes, I know. I know. I have. Liz Shaw. Liz Shaw shown it in it. She was very much more not the damsel in distress.
Yep,
I was
definitely.
very happy with that. Um, the doctor. The doctor was really disappointed in the rest of in the humans. This is one of those ones where you can see his disappointment. Um, Nicholas Briggs, fantastic as always as the Brigadier. Oh, I'm sorry, Nick Courtney.
That's twice you've done this
Throw it
now,
up.
Brian.
Come on.
Twice.
Come on. Throw it up. Why don't you have that open? You should know better. You Nicholas Courtney as the Brig was fantastic as always. Uh huh. Well, there's well, they should have known everything. I mean, when the doctor's leaving the facility, the brigadier, "Oh, okay, yes, you can everything will be fine. Bye-bye. Everything is fine. Terrific." You should have known something was up immediately because he was acting so out of character.
Uh, the thing for me around this is it's just a perfect example about how New Who is so preachy and woke and try to teach moral lessons, and they never did that in classic Who. Bullshit. No, no. So this is you hit the nail on the head, Brian. This is a whole exercise in terms of Pertwee showing the worst in human nature, but also the kind of the parallels with the Silurians as well. It's so alike that they'll never come together, and it reaches the kind of the tragic ending in terms of the Brigadier gets his orders for on high, and it basically commits a form of genocide. It's not. No, no, no. So again, I mean, I love Pertwee. Pertwee is my doctor. It's the doctor from my generation. Uh, I was probably I wouldn't have seen this first time around. Probably if I did, I was a young boy, so vague recollections. But I just love Pertwee as a doctor. Pertwee's there. He wants to. He's amongst humans. He's obviously an exile, and he wants to see the best in humanity, and he wants to bring it out, and acts as a broker between themselves and the Silurians. But like I said, there's so many similarities that just leads to ultimately it's one or other that's going to take the fall. And in this episode, it's the Silurians. Les
Now,
Shaw, great
do you
character.
read that as a possibility of both races evolving on the same planet?
Hopefully, and I hope that's what we start to get from the other New Who and the likes of the Preston Otter gang, and it's it was an element that I think the Doctor wants to see the best in humanity and is hoping that it's there, and it is. There's just unfortunately there's not enough of it, and that's where his naivety shows for it to actually read to a situation at that point in time where actually the Silurians and the humans could come together and broker some sort of peaceful settlement. There was a glimmer there, but unfortunately, if you look at the Silurians, so the leader, the Silurians, the original leader, so obviously he's open to the Doctor's negotiation process. I don't think, with the exception of probably Liz Shaw, none of the humans are, and with the rest of the Silurian race, they automatically this new person takes over and they all follow. So it's kind of doomed to disaster from the start. And the Doctor is probably being naive, thinking that he can broker some deal. But you know what? That's the Doctor. The Doctor's always looking to find the kind of the right way, the non-violent way, and that's the way the Doctor should be and be portrayed. So that's why I love the character. It was of its time. It was that. Oh, oh, yeah. So
You know the other thing I really loved about this? It showed the Doctor as a car guy.
oh,
Bessie was back, and you know he was in love with it.
no. Wrong side of the road. Oh, I didn't realise that. Private plate. Oh, nice. Uh, why not?
Sure.
Teacher. Not at all. More.
No, that was fine.
Lots of good cameos as well. Jeffrey Palmer.
Always.
I love Jeffrey Palmer. I love Jimmy from Fallen Rise. Early role for him because he was kind of not in it for very long. Anyway. Absolutely. Absolutely. So Jimmy and Harry Truscott. So no, he's in Butterflies and other great stuff. I mean, just deadpan gold. So yeah, forgot
Oh,
about that. So yeah, Pertwee's the master. No, he's not. He's the doctor. Confused. I'm confusing myself now. You know what I mean?
ooh. Usually do anyway. Oh dear. I
I'm writing it
may
down.
or may not be able to do that depending on work. Ah,
One of those. Okay.
this
Is this the one? It's very kind of early electronica plinky plonky kind of sound effects. Oh, definitely.
at least it's purple. I mean, you don't actually see the gas. Yeah, it just looks like I took a paintbrush or something and wiped off some paint or whatever. Yeah. It hurts. It hurts. Whenever I use it, it hurts. You never really understand how much you use your thumb for until you can't use it. Yeah. It's the only thing keeping them down.
Yeah, it was a bit like yourself in terms of it's just the Doctor and Peter Meyer as the character, I think. Uh, it's just a back and forth, and like you said, it's very atmospheric. For me, it felt very much like this could have been a Sapphire and Steel or a kind of Twilight Zone kind of. It's a good short story, perfect, follows that format in terms of leading you up one way and then doing the nice twist at the end. And again, I'm not going to spoil it. It's it was like I said, I thought it was my second favourite of the four. And for this one, a lot of that's down to the fact that Davidson and the guy that played Peter just played it absolutely perfectly. It's a good short story. Good.
I thought it was an excellent short story. Um, I am a bit bewildered that they would reuse a setting like that. Spooky train station with fog. Yeah. So that's a good thing though. Yeah, it gives it a lot of adventure, a lot of air and mystery. Spies in the night, mists everywhere. Yeah, lots of trench coats and yeah.
Bowie fan. I just think Berlin albums, low, station to station, heroes. It's just that. Oh, not that Berlin. Not
No,
that one.
no.
No. Oh, but not the Berlin from that film Top Gun. No, no. Absolutely. East Berlin, West Berlin. I'll take. Yes. I know.
Not the weaker of the three stories. Four stories. Three, four. I'm wounded.
He lost a lot of blood. I
I
mean, come on.
lost blood. No, it's the weaker of the four stories to me, at least. It's more about the doctor figuring out the process of how this was done than anything else. It does show his vindictive side. Yeah, it just said he was sorry. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, die a hero or become the villain.
I like this one as well. Like you said, it's the whole thing around it's an exploration in science versus superstition, and obviously we end up there is a logical explanation. Well, science fiction, logically based explanation for what's occurring. But is it just me, or I could see McCoy's Doctor more in this one because it's more of a case of the Doctor orchestrates and fiddles and meddles the eventual resolution. I felt this was more of a McCoy story than a Fifth Doctor, but maybe that's because I'm not so much, with the exception of the likes of Spare Parts and a few other stories, I've not listened to a lot of Big Finish Davidsons, so it just felt as if this story was more akin to the Seventh Doctor than the Fifth. But again, maybe that's just my ignorance in terms of Davidson's work. Yes. Yeah. It's the best before.
Prison inspector. Prison inspector.
Right, I'm going to guess then because Mary Wade was some sort of historical character because I thought the character of Mary was fantastic. Just was really just she represents the potential and hope of humanity. Just going back to the Silurian episode, this is somebody who the Doctor sees as the best humanity. This is somebody he can hold up in front of the big bad in this exercise. Again, not going to spoil it, and basically is there as humanity's representative. Uh, no. And it's a case of she's just an ordinary little girl who just has a lot of hopes and fears and anxieties, but represents in terms of what we could become and what we will become. No, this was my favourite exercise of the four. Davidson and I wish I'd written down her name, but the person that plays Mary Wade, there's a rapport there. They both have fun. You just feel the fun in the episode. Yeah, again, there's a rapport there between Davison and Aikman, and it just you just feel it. This was a light, fun episode, and I just of the four, without giving anything away, and I'm trying not to, but this was just it was a nice, great listen.
I loved it. I thought Mary would have been a perfect companion.
Yep.
That's what they were. That's what I thought. Oh yeah, easily. She had everything a companion usually has: the inquisitive mind, intelligence, all of that. Yes.
And she says to the other species in it, and you're learning. It's that whole element of empathy as well. It was
Yeah. It was amazing. The fact that, this is it for her, I guess. Of course, we don't know in future stuff.
yeah, really.
Oh, that's that's a lot of descendants for a lifetime. No, I mean for one lifetime. That
That kind of puts into perspective. Well, that puts into perspective. I thought it was a character that was made up. That just yep.
no, that's good. Yeah.
Still keeping up the brief.
Yes. Okay. Um, I saw a lot of parallels for the current situation in this. People using the the plague there to further their position or remain. Um, it was really kind of not quite. I don't want to say simple for the Doctor, for a Doctor story, because it focused on not the big alien bad, but the people that were being affected by it. There wasn't some overarching plot. There wasn't some, whiz bang, mystery to unravel. It was find plot A, or plot A to plot B to plot C. And you had complications from the people there during the entire thing. I guess.
Again, this is an exercise in terms of the human psyche, like you said, mob mentality, and how things can be manipulated and people can be led. The mob can be led, and again, there's two instances in this where it's like ping pong in terms of where the mob kind of vent their kind of frustration. Davison's Doctor again, kind of orchestrates the solution, and I'm going to just leave it there because I really don't want to spoil it. Again, there's always at least one person in these things which I kind of hope that the human psyche can learn and grow, and that's Margarita, who's the pseudo companion in this one. But for me, again, great story. It's just greatly written, and if I can just add as well, it's just like everything of these four stories. It's just small, short stories, intimate piece of work. But Big Finish are just knocking stuff out the park. I mean, during the middle of a global pandemic, when everything else is stalling, they can still knock out audios like this. I mean, I thought it was. Right.
Mhm.
Well, it was the fact with the dancing plague. I just thought that this is that they've put in the fourth story that's kind of has parallels with the current situations. That's why I thought that was kind of my drive into thinking, oh, they've flung this one in here to kind of just show we're drawing parallels using Doctor Who to reflect the current situation that we all find ourselves in. Oh, of course not. Of course, not. Of course, it's not. No, no. Of course. Yeah, more so now than ever. But fair play, Big Finish. Thanks again. It's just that it's we're getting no new content on TV or very little new content, and this is keeping me going. And we have.
No, I'm not. Yeah, yeah, no. Hmm. Yeah.
And we're all better for it.
Well, with Big Finish, it's the television stuff that really screwed him over.
Poor Susan. Poor Susan. It is. There's elements of it though that I find upsetting, and that's with the character that's deaf. And again, I'm going to not use the words or terms it's used, but it was derogatory comments that were used in the 70s for people that either had disabilities or special needs. So, yep, yep, yep. It's just, again, especially with my son Jack, who is really autistic. It's just your utilisation of that terminology really just upsets me. But I appreciate it's in the context of a drama and that language. I was there where was used in the 70s. So again, it's an exploration in terms of through Sam's eyes around how things like that are not acceptable. This whole piece is what Sam's ethical dilemma, because there's his ethics that he's taught in modern day police force, although maybe that's questionable, versus Gene Hunt's tactics from the 1970s. Hunt's ethics are slightly more skewed, and his tactics are more of the thing. Yes,
Yes.
but he gets results, and ultimately in this one, he's right, and potentially Susan could have been put out. Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly, and that's the kind of moral dilemma that Life on
That's
Mars
Hunt's
puts in front
character
of
to a
you.
T.
Yeah,
That's Hunt's character to a T. The ends justify the means. If they put away the bad guy, however they did it, they put away the bad guy.
as long as they did it and they get the result and they get there quicker and they do it as quick as possible. But then again,
No. No. I kept sitting there hoping they'd pull the plug. I'm sorry, it's just lost on me. Yeah. I don't care. Okay, let me put it this way. So far, this show has made me not care about any of these characters. I'm not invested in their lives. I'm not invested in their job. I'm not invested in their relationship. And even the obvious ship of Anna and Sam, I don't care about. I don't know what it is.
I wonder if it's a case. It's just yes. I
It
think
might
that's it.
be. I don't know. I was watching it and I'm like, if the bad guy shot one of these people in the head, it'd be Tuesday.
Do you know? Do you know?
Okay.
It might be on Netflix or Prime. I'm sure it's in one or two.
Take a look. Well, I got the unaired US pilot version. Unaired US pilot. Oh, there's a whole bunch
Because
of them.
Life on Mars is a warts and all examination of life in the UK in the 70s, and it's kind of it's making us re-explore things, and can make us feel uncomfortable because some of the terminology, even things like when he talked about he sees the white dog shit on the floor, and it was like, oh, I haven't seen that for years. It doesn't
Yeah.
exist anymore because people bag it and bin it. It's really, is that? We learn something new every day. But it's the power cuts and the strikes in the 70s. It is very Brit centric. So I wonder if it must be that. It must be. Angela sits and watches these with me now, and it was like, so we watched the last one, and it's this week's, and it was a case of like, oh, can we watch the next one? It's like, no, because I don't want to watch it too soon, and then I'll forget about it by the time Sunday comes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kelly Hose.
No problem. It'll be interesting to see if I actually do become invested in these people or not.
I think we are maybe by the time we get to Ashes, where a lot of the references were obviously a lot of British acts and music that was on MTV in the 80s. The references might start to become a little bit more relevant.
Yeah. Fair. He said I should pull the plug. He's brain dead. Got the boo. I got the boo boo. I apologize profusely. Well, you chose the amulet first. I chose the sword for you. This is true.
Fantastic.
Still got a good thumb. I don't know.
Nope. Again?
Again? Oh,
Yeah.
Mitch.
Yep. Let's go for it. I'm going to turn my attention to my other screen. Goodbye, boys.
Bye, boys.
Yes!
You've got to fight for what you want, for all that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more. And life and love and happiness are well worth fighting for. They're well worth fighting for.